Hey y'all, whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon, I'm just glad that you guys had decided to vibe with E. Yes, the one and only E. Hey y'all, hope y'all feeling amazing, doing amazing, and just being amazing overall. And if not, it's okay. It's all right, my friend, because you know why? Bad times don't last forever, because after every storm there is a rainbow, and you're getting closer and closer every day to that rainbow, that pot of gold, the light of the tunnel, whatever one you prefer. But I always want you guys to remember that we have to appreciate the bad times because they helped us, motivated us, and molded us to be the person that we are today for us to see the good times. Okay. But hey, y'all, what's poppin'? If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And for the ones that are not new to this, but true to this, hey, y'all, what's up? What's poppin'? Y'all, cheers to June. Cheers to the month of June. June is full of so many activities and so many things going on. First and foremost, happy Men's Health Awareness Month to all the lovely men out there. I hope you guys are really taking consideration of your mental health. To the women out there, I hope you guys are also helping the men around you, or the men that you know, or whatever, inspire you, whatever the case may be, and letting them know that their mental health is important, as well as letting them know that it's okay, it's all right, to go through those bad times as well, and letting them know that you're there for their support, as well as vice versa for your homeboys. Let you know, lean on each other like, bro, it's okay, we're going through this together, but your mental health matters. Happy Pride Month as well. I hope you guys also have an amazing time, because a lot of stuff going on. I know in my city we having the parades and all that stuff. So happy Pride Month. And I think also too, last but not least, is Caribbean Month. I think I'm saying it right, but yeah, all that good stuff. So if y'all may not know, men's mental health was the start that really gave me that push for Vibing with E. Vibing with E became really global. I wouldn't want to say global, but it became really, really the topic of discussion when I did the episode on men's mental health, because it was so crazy, y'all. When I created, Vibing with E, I didn't know men's mental health was in June, because I always got confused when I was at Morgan. It was either November or June, but in all nationality, it is in June. So yeah, so y'all already know I will be focused on men's mental health. For every vibe will somewhat impact with men's mental health, but I am going to give y'all a little surprise for vibing out with guests, and I'm super, super, super excited about that one, y'all, because June, like I said, March and June so far is jam-packed with so many amazing guests coming on to talk about amazing topics that impact with education and wellness, and I'm so, so, so excited about that. So I want you guys to stay tuned for that series. I hope you guys also enjoyed the last series on Wellness 101 lesson on mental health, and yeah, I hope you guys really, really enjoyed that. As you know, and if you're new here, I'm an advocate for mental health. As a person that dealt with mental health and still is basically a survivor within mental health, is also a coach on wanting to teach people on how to deal with their mental health all around, because also too, as a female and as a person that's from Baltimore and all those things, or that aspect, mental health plays a really, really big role, not in just in my life, but the people I live with, my close friends, etc. And that's why I feel as though it's very important for us to know the signs of mental health, how to deal with it, why it's important, and all those things, because COVID really sealed the deal with everybody understanding who they are and why these things are happening to them. So mental health awareness is awareness that I'm so an advocate for, as well as wellness, because without those two things, like, you're crushed. Without understanding why your body and your mind do the things they do, you're going to be crushed. Like, you don't know what's going on. Like, you will mentally know what's going on with you before you physically know. That's how I feel. And some people say it's vice versa for them, but either way, mentally, physically, we all need to know what's going on around us, and we need to protect ourselves at all costs. Okay? So welcome to the month of June, y'all. We are midway in the year. Like, we have 6 more months to go. And that's so amazing. That's so dope. It's such a blessing. Like, we really made it this far. And like I said, too, last episode for Wellness 101, impacting mental health. If you guys did not really have a good start within the year, it's okay, because you have 6 more months to go. You have 6 more months to go, my friend. Like, it is so okay. Like, it's so okay to not have. It's okay not to be, know all the answers and have all the things that you want in life right now. Trust me, I know how it feels. But so far for me, I will say the first 6 months of the year, been doing good. I had my moments where it's like, I don't want to do this. I don't know what's going on. I don't think this is going to continue. But, slow and steady wins the race. And, time is a terrible thing to waste. Praying is most definitely a must, as well as having backup plans, manifestation, and knowing who you are. That's why I say too, it's okay to have them. It's okay to have them bad times. They don't last forever, but they also make us who they are. They also make us to the person that we are today. Like all that, when we had those moments where we lash out and stuff, and it's like, I want to go back to I want to go back to my normal life. Well, baby, those bad times helped you out to understand that the good things are coming. So now you have a new normal. You have a whole new schedule. Like when you're going through things in your life, times and whatever going on, and you come back to reality or come back, it's like, okay, I'm getting myself together. You're in a new norm. So I hope you guys also notice, understand that at times we may not have all the answers and may not have all the things that we manifest and pray for in the beginning of the year, but we still have time to go. And that's the beautiful thing about it. So yeah, if the first couple months of the year was not it for you, baby, I'm telling you, my friend, you still have time. Give yourself grace. And also, have that blueprint. Had a blueprint, map things out. And sometimes you got to freestyle. Do whatever floats your boat. But also just remember that, them bad times don't last forever. Because some good times is most definitely coming. And I'm rooting for you. And I know you got this. And I know you're going to knock all this out the park. And also another thing is graduation season to all the high schoolers, middle schoolers, and pre-K kindergartens, and some college graduates and some program and some people that are in programs, things like that. Congratulations to you guys. I'm so proud of you. Continue being amazing. And I cannot wait to see what's going on in your next chapter, as well as for people that are having new things in their life as well, like new transformations such as getting married, becoming parents, new house, property owners, new business owners, new car, whatever. All you guys out there that's doing amazing things for yourselves and just, getting out the mud. I'm so proud of y'all. Congratulations. Keep on doing you. I cannot wait to see what other things you have in store. And lastly, I thank you all so very much for liking the vibes, the wellness episodes, the Vibe Out with Guest series, listening, watching, whatever the case may be. I just appreciate you guys so very much. As we come up to the 2-year anniversary of Vibing with E, y'all, I'm just so blessed, and I'm so thankful for what I do and who I do it for, because I always say, if I cannot help a lot of people, as long as I can help somebody. And from the looks of it, look, I'm helping a lot of people from all over, y'all. Like in my city, around my city, shoot, in Singapore, Spain, what's another one? Singapore, Spain, Russia, all that, y'all. So thank you so very much. I appreciate y'all so very much. California and Los Angeles, all y'all. Thank y'all so. Los Angeles, California, all that. Thank y'all so much. Like, I really appreciate it, because without y'all, I don't know what I would do. Without seeing that stuff, without seeing like all the numbers and stuff, I don't know what I would do. Not gonna lie, y'all. Sometimes it goes up, but sometimes it goes down. But nevertheless, I'm still just so grateful and appreciative that you guys are vibing with me. Like, and it's getting better and better. Every vibe I give is gonna get better and better and better. And I'm just so glad that you guys are loving them. Telling a friend, especially on YouTube, the views are going up. I really don't care much about the likes on YouTube, long as the views go up, because y'all, I'm still learning. Like, I'm still learning a lot of stuff. Like I told y'all, the backstory. I cannot wait to get the backstory again on the 2-year anniversary and how it has impacted me in my life so far. I'm gonna give you a little rundown. When I started vibing out with E, I didn't know nothing. I was doing this for fun, but now it turned to a passion that I love so much, and it turned into something that I know for a fact I'm going to keep doing until it keeps going and going to a place that I want it to be at. So without y'all, I wouldn't know I don't know where I'll be at. And I thank you so much. I thank you for all the guests too that been on here. Like, y'all really doing numbers. Like, we really helped each other out, and I'm so thankful and so proud of y'all. And some guests y'all might see again, y'all. Like, you might see some familiar faces, some new faces, some, whoa, how you get that? So, you never know what E got up her sleeve. But thank you so much. I love y'all guys so much, and I appreciate you all dearly. Okay? So without further ado, y'all, once you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy hearing my voice or watching me on YouTube, because today, as always, every vibe of the day is something special. So without further ado, I want you guys to sit back, relax, turn me up on your speakers, your PCs, your phones, MacBooks, the TV, beats, the radio, whatever. Because like I say, it's always every vibe of the day is something special. Okay, so today's vibe of the day, to start off the summertime, we still in a little bit of spring, but just to start off the first of the month period for June, I kind of gave it away a little bit, but I think y'all can put two and two together. So without further ado, today's vibe of the day is from growth to glow, reflecting on mid-year progress. And y'all already gave y'all a snippet of why it's important, I think, to just reflect on how have the year been for you. Even if it hasn't been good, still just reflect on it to see how it impacted you from growth into glow, or glow to growth, whatever one, or just reflect on the progress in general. Just reflect on the progress in general. This episode was one I really was so glad that I did have in mind from the jump, because like I said, at times when the year come around, sometimes the year start off good, and sometimes it's like, what the hell? And this year, I will say so far for me, it went pretty well. Because a few years, last year didn't go so well. I got sick. That's how the wellness one-on-one lessons became. 2023, it was like emotional roller coaster. And 2022, I really cannot remember. But y'all get the gist. I feel like it's important just to reflect on how the year has been treating you so far, especially within your personal and professional life, because things happen and they're bound to happen, because you have to expect the unexpected sometimes. But I feel as though mentally wise and wellness and educational wise, it's never too late for you to just reflect on what has helped you, what has not helped you, what have helped you grow as an individual, and what have made you glow to the point where it's like, oh my gosh, like, wow, the year so far, it probably wasn't all that good, but it helped me in ways on me understanding how I grew in this area and what I've like blossomed and grown into. So let's get into it. If you're new here, I break down every vibe of the day like this. I give y'all the title, give y'all the reason why today's the vibe of the day. Then I get into the definition of giving a little bit more on the vibe, and I break it down into the 5 W's, and I just love how I do the who, what, when, where, why. The who starts off, bridge off, give y'all the introduction, and the why is the conclusion that sums up everything and just puts the cherry on top. And then I give you a quote of the day, and then I give y'all a little, now I'm doing a little like, a little razzle dazzle to end it off, like just, a little thank you note now. I'm giving y'all a little thank you note now. I'm trying to make sure it's the little thank you. Yeah, just a little thank you note to tag along. And then we go skyrocketing, and y'all will hear from me next time. So let's get into it. So like I said, the vibe of the day is from growth to glow, reflecting on mid-year progress. So the definition is, from growth to glow is about taking a mindful pause halfway through the year to reflect on how far we have come personally, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Growth isn't always visible. Sometimes it is in the boundaries we set, the way we handle conflict, or the grace we give ourselves. This reflection is about honoring the progress, not just the outcome. It's realizing the silent victories, the lessons learned, and how that growth now ratios outward as glow, confidence, clarity, and peace. So not only, you just weighing out your personal and professional level, but you're also digging deep into how have I've grown within my mental health, my emotional, spiritual wellness as well as my personal life with personality and all that, as well as some things, we cannot see. They just naturally happen. One thing that stood out to me was the boundaries. one thing that stood out to me the most when I was doing my research and put my little razzle dazzle into it was the boundaries. Boundaries was something that I was most definitely aiming for to set this year. When I did my New Year's resolution, I was like, I had to set my boundaries. As a person that is preparing to go into a field that involves with dealing with people, mainly little humans, children, aka children, you have to set boundaries for not only just yourself, but also in your personal life, personal and professional life, not just, yourself, but also for your clients. And at my internship, it gave me so much exposure on how to set the boundaries with children, help them understand why it's important for them to set boundaries, and how to handle things. Because, y'all, I'm not going to lie to you. At one point in time in life, I had this urge where, look, you made me mad, I'm going to cuss you out. Like, conflict is one big thing you don't want to deal with. I used to get upset, like, you know what, I'm going to cuss you out. I'm going to cuss you out. I feel like you're playing with me, so now I'm going to cuss you out. But then you have to think, y'all. Think back to your old self. This is like, I did the one episode I did within December of last year, like the reflecting on how have the year treated you and how have you treated the year. I think it was something like that. As I reflect on how the mid-year has done for me, I'll say it helped me understand who I am when it comes to setting boundaries, dealing with conflict, as well as giving grace to myself as to others, especially as a person that's so involved in stuff and is so, I'm every person that's willing to, I'm every woman that's willing to, I'm here to help you with anything, education-wise, business-wise, whatever you call it, whatever you name it, whatever you want to call it. However, one thing I'm big on when it comes to anything in your life, personal and professional, set them boundaries. Set the boundaries. Because if you don't set boundaries for yourself, you're going to be screwed. And you're going to let people walk all over top of you. And that's one thing I hate so much. And I am a person that dealt with that before. Just, because it felt bad for me to say no. Sometimes you have to say no because you have to think about your mental health, your emotional, your spiritual, as well as your personal. Sometimes you cannot always be Superman, Superwoman for everybody. And that was one thing that helped me understand for my growth. And when that growth for me, when I seen that growth, it helped me glow. Because I was, when people say, oh, you glowing as a new man or woman, somebody in your life. No, it's called I'm at peace with my inner self. And I have that reminder on my phone all the time. It's like I'm at peace with my inner self. I'm putting me first, and I'm going to make sure that I'm going to have a good day. Regardless, sometimes we don't have good days, and I'm going to try to make the best out of it. If I ain't have a good day in the morning, I'm going to make sure I have a good day at night. If I ain't have a good day at night, I'll make sure the next morning I have a good day, etc. So the whole purpose of, just this episode is to help you be mindful of just the pause in your life. Just take a minute to pause and think about how the year had been so far, as well as just think about the personal, the emotional, the mental, and spiritual side of you. Because, sometimes, I'm just summarizing a little bit too. The growth side of you, sometimes it's not visible. Sometimes it's naturally happening. Like, oh, it's a notice. You can notice it, but it's not naturally noticed from others. So, I can notice me. I notice I don't cuss like that no more as much on here. Y'all, I'm not going to lie to y'all. But this is raw and uncut. So, I'm going to say some stuff that's the real deal. I'm not going to, why would I make it up? That makes me like a phony. And I don't like that. Because why lie to the people that you're trying to serve? Not even try, that you're serving. They want to hear the real deal. So give them the real deal. So sometimes at times for you and me as people, humans on this earth, sometimes we don't see it. But we can feel it and we notice it. Because sometimes I feel the urge of me like, whoo. When I feel like somebody's testing my patience, I'm like, ooh. I walk away. Or I give myself a couple minutes to respond or whatever. And I told my students that, I'm like, you know what? Sometimes we have to let someone know, have them people that we trust to let them know, look, such and such is playing or such and such is doing something that I don't, let me go over here for 5, 10, 15, 20, 35 minutes, whatever. Had that mirror conversation with myself or a walk to regroup. That's growth. Because the past you would have cussed that person out, probably gave him a beat down and so much more. But the new you, the new and improved and growth you, said, I'm going to walk away. I'm going to let you talk to yourself. And y'all, it takes a lot. But you get there. You're going to get there. If you're not there yet, baby, I promise you, my friend, you're going to get there. It takes time and patience. You're going to get there. And if you're in the process of it, kudos to you. And if you got it, I know that's right. It takes time. Trust me, it takes time. Sometimes I have moments where I be like, I think they itching for. I think they want me to act a fool. But I ain't going to do it. And also, too, boundaries, like going back again to boundaries. Set them boundaries, my friend. Because the way you handle things, with the conflict and stuff, it impacts on you. And giving grace when it's needed. For yourself as well as the others around you. As well as reflecting about honoring your purpose and not just the outcome. And realizing this silence also is a good thing. Sometimes being silent is a very good thing. There's a lesson that you learn, and then it helps you understand that your growth, you're growing as a person. And your glow is displaying more confidence, more clarity, and you're more at peace and ease. I'm telling y'all, that's the best feeling in the world. If you're on your journey of getting to healing, loving on yourself, setting them boundaries up, I promise you, my friend, you're going to learn a lot from me. Because I've been in your shoes. And I'm still here. And I'm still here working on some areas in my life. You're going to get it. If you ain't going to get it one way, you're going to get it another. If I got to put it 5, 10, 15, 20 ways, I'm going to do it. Because I understand how it is. And you got this. Don't be afraid to let someone know, look, I need help. I need your help. Or I need you to understand, look, I'm in the process of, I want to grow so I can glow. Because, reflecting on the mid-year, it wasn't it for me. Or some stuff was for me and it wasn't. Or sometimes I wasn't consistent. But now, before the year let out, I know I'm going to be better. I know I'm going to be 10 times better than I was. And that's okay. And that's why this episode is so important, because reflecting on the mid-year progress will help you understand the red flags and the green flags. It help you identify the red flags about you as well as the green, and too about the people around you, your personal, professional life, etc. We're going to get to it. So now let's get a little deeper. Who does it impact? So, who is impacted by from growth to glow, reflecting on mid-year? First and foremost, if you're new here, every time I say the who, it impacts everyone. From children on up to the elderly. Sometimes certain stuff may impact our pets. Who knows? But yes, who does this impact when it comes from growth to glow, reflecting on a mid-year? It impacts everyone. Everyone has the benefits from pursuing to reflect. Not pursuing to reflect, I'm sorry, y'all, from pausing to reflect. Sometimes, you know how we got to say, I want you to pause for a second and think about this. Don't raise your hands. Don't say no answers out loud. Just reflect. Take that 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 minutes to yourself and reflect on whatever it is. It could be from the past, what you just did, what you just said, what you're about to do, why is this important, etc. So everyone is benefited. Everyone benefits from pausing to reflect on anything in their life. Highs, lows, ups and downs, good and bad, etc. Everyone benefits from pausing to reflect. Whenever you're a student, working in a profession, a parent, or someone simply navigating life, growth touches us all in so many ways, especially within the mental, spiritual, emotional, and personal aspects. This reflection matters for anyone who has made even the smallest progress. That's a start. I don't care how big or small it is. You got to crawl before you walk. So sometimes you got to every day, every little step you take, you got to be there. You got to manifest yourself to be there. You got to push yourself to be there. But first, you got to start off small before you can go off big, before you start off big. Whatever mentally, emotionally, spiritual, or physically, this reflection matters for anyone who has made even the smallest progress, whether it's dealing with your mental health, your emotional, your spiritual, or physical health. it all matters. If that, it all matters. I don't care. Big, small, it matters. Small, for any aspects, it matters. If you have overcome self-doubt, starting a new hobby, excuse me, y'all. We don't want no bad habits. We don't do the habits. Let me just phrase that. If you have overcome self-doubt, started a new hobby, ended something toxic, or simply kept going when things got hard, this moment's for you. Mid-year reflection reminds us that transformation isn't reserved for major milestones. It's also in the daily decisions that build a better you. So, from growth to glow, reflecting on mid-year, it doesn't, it just reminds us of like how we have transformed in ways that we didn't think we could get to. Even if it's big or even if it's major milestones or not. It helps us also within our daily decision, like I mentioned too. Every little step you take every day, you learn something from it, as well as you got to crawl before you walk. So it's you taking the time out of your day, you learn something new every day. Trust me, y'all. I learn something new every day. Personal, professional, sometimes both. Sometimes I learn stuff new about the house, my friends, my mama, my father, my sister, my brother, whatever. You're learning every day. And the milestones in your life is something that you need to cherish, regardless if it's big or small. I think this video, y'all, this little girl, she was so cute. She was in gymnastics. You know how certain stuff they honor a child for outstanding something? She didn't get it, but she still was so happy that she got something that she'd been manifesting for. That little milestone she did was to be a level up. That right there is like, whoa. And I put it on my Instagram, y'all. I was like, whoa. That right there is a good thing. That's a good example on how we can transformation really can help within helping build a better you within our little transformations of ourselves. Little by little, it's helping and impacting us into a bigger and a different person. Like, I'm the same, but I'm on a different mindset. I'm like, my growth have expanded. I'm glowing differently. I'm handling this differently because I want better for myself. Sometimes it don't happen right away. But, read it again. The mid-year reflection is to remind us that the transformation isn't reserved for a major milestone. It's also in the daily decisions that we build to be a better you, to be a better us. Every day, like I said too, when I deal with certain people, you gotta be articulate too. You can't talk to your mother the way you talk to your friends. You can't talk to your boss the way you talk to your friends. Being articulate. Sometimes I gotta catch myself. When I make appointments and stuff, I gotta be like, hello, how are you? Ba-da-da. When my friend, yo, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bop. See? You got to make the decisions. I make the decisions every day to make sure when it's on that aspect of communication, it's different. The way you move now, I'm big on letting people know, as well as advocating for people to leave a mystery in your life. Do not give everyone and everything your all, because everyone and everything do not deserve it. And that's a decision that we make every day, or I try to incorporate to people I know every day. Leave a mystery. Don't let everybody know your next step. Don't let everybody know the next card you about to pull. You gotta, this ain't chess, this is checkers. And that's what we doing every day with the daily decisions that we make. It's not chess, it's checkers. It's not. Yeah, I'm confusing it, but it's like a game of chess. You can't let your opponent know your next move. You have to be a mystery. And that is something that I love within a mid-year reflection too. Because, that our transformation isn't reserved for our major milestones, but it also helps us in our daily decisions that we make to build a better us. And that's one thing that I stand for to this day. From social media, just talking to people in general. I'm not letting you know my next move. Because when you let someone know your next move, they're either holding you to that standard or they're taking your idea. Now, y'all might think I'm crazy, but y'all know. And that's why it's important for y'all to understand that you know what's best for you. You know how much you've grown and the growth that you have put out there, manifest and you're wanting, that's going to impact you to glow. That's why every day when you're thinking about that, think of it as you may not have it all. You might not have all the right answers. You might not have all the things you need, but I guarantee you it's helping you, it's building you to be a better you. Having survival mode and being street smart, book smart, or even both, is helping you prepare for a better day, because that transformation is helping you to be a better you each and every day. Within the mid-year, you just have to think about like, dang, I ain't know that. Like, hold up. That benefits me. How does it benefit me? Why is it benefiting me? Etc., etc. Because y'all, having that growth, as well as a reflection on what's going on, and knowing it for yourself, not for nobody else. This is about you, my friend. I can speak for me and you can speak for you. But I'm going to help you. You know what's for you, you know what's not. And I know y'all probably like, whoa, I didn't know. But now you know. Number 2, what is the benefit? What is the benefit out of just taking the time out your day just to sit back or write down like the growth to glow, reflecting on the mid-year half, how has it impacted me mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, personally, and all that? Here's the benefit of it. Reflecting on your growth gives you clarity, confidence, and motivation. It allows you to realize your progress, release what no longer serves you, and rearranging your vibes, your energy with your goals. Like, whew, y'all, let me finish it, then I'm going to talk my stuff. What you reflect, you become more grounded in your purpose and less distracted by pressure or competition and stuff, or compression. You begin to glow, not because everything is perfect, but because you're learning, healing, and becoming who you want to be. Reflecting fuels gratitude, insights, and visions, helping you entering the next half of the year focused and fulfilled. Now, I love the benefit question, because who does it benefit? Reflecting on your growth gives you clarity, confidence, and motivation, as well as helping you understand who you are. Just being able to reflect on, like I said too, what I did and what I don't do no more. My red flags and my green flags. What I did in the past, a few months ago, does not intertwine with what I'm doing right now. And just being able to reflect on it. You know how some people too, like, when you have at work and working at a company and stuff, you have the observations. And they give you the reflection. They compare from when you started, midway, towards the end, as well as students, the semester and stuff, and then it's your time to go. You see the change. They see the change. But do you see it? And I just love how when a person is able to see and understand, as well as know what has impacted them in their life from the reflection, from their growth, like being able to understand the clarity of things and knowing how to maneuver everything, as well as confidence, having confidence within their self when it comes to setting them boundaries, when it comes to them saying no. They don't have to say no. I'll think about it. It's just straight no. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts, just no. That's what I love, the confidence of you holding yourself to, like, I'm standing on business. I'm not going to explain myself, not going back and forth. If you ask me a question that's a yes or no response, I'm going to say that and give it up. And, boom. So that would be considered like a closed question in a conversation within the professional world when it comes to human health and human resources or services world. I ask a question like that, that's technically a closed question. because you just get to the bottom of it. Yes, no. Yes or no. But being able to have that confidence to say out loud no or yes is either one or the other. Being able to stand tall and know you're confident in who you are, as well as that motivates you to have that motivation, and that motivates you to have that hard work and dedication. That is one thing I love when people are able to come on these platforms or talk to me and say, look, I've reflected on myself, and the old me helped me so much that the new me is a total different person. But I'm going to always appreciate the old me for motivating me to be the me that I've been wanting, for me to get into this new chapter, this new beginning, because it's been so hard. That's why it's important to reflect on how life has been to you, as well as how things have been going on in your life, so you can see and have the time to compare and contrast what's for you and what's not for you, as well as the company you keep. Reflect on who's for you and who's not for you. I'm big on the seasons and the reasons. The reasons are the people that's been down for you since. The seasons are the people that's coming in and out of your life, in and out your life, in and out your life. They only need you when it's beneficial. They only want to brag when it's their turn. Stuff like that. We don't need that. And I've learned that too. This new this new chapter of E, I've learned that when it comes to me being able to clarify things for me, being confident in the motivation I have, it also impacts your circle. Because you know how they say, you are who you impact, and the little saying like you are what you eat. Nah. You are who you are. Like, your friends, the company you keep impacts you. Be careful of the company you keep. Be careful of the things. Sometimes you even tell them, because you can tell who's for you and who's not. You can tell who's really your reasons, and you can tell who's really here just for a season. And I guarantee you, y'all, I had some. Your family, your friends. You can even see it within. If you don't see it now, you'll see it then. Either way it goes, you're going to see it one way or another. But it's the beauty of it, because you know what's for you and what's not. And you know how to deal with it in the personal and professional aspect. I'm telling you, my friend, it takes some minutes. But you're going to know, look, dang, I remember E was talking about, reflecting on your growth. It gave me the clarity I needed. It gave me the confidence, and it gave me motivation that I need for myself to understand, look, this is going to work. This is not going to work. It takes time and patience, and I'm going to take my time with it. I'm not going to rush it, because when you rush, you don't get what you want. When you take the shortcut stuff, it's not going to reflect in a good way. So I'm going to take my time. I'm going to crawl before I walk. So instead of win the race, I'm going to make sure it gets done. As well as being able to just realize the progress that you have made is the icing on the cake. Being able to realize and just see, like, dang, I'm allowing myself to realize, look, I made so much progress in this area of my life. This needs some improvement, and this is going to get done. With being able to release what no longer serves you, with who don't serve you a purpose, who, when, why, all those things that don't serve you a purpose. This ain't going to serve me a purpose. She's not going to serve me a purpose. He's not going to serve me a purpose. This job is not going to serve me a purpose. That's not going to break me, because it's not making me who I am. Being able to also realign the vibes and energy that you want for your goals. When you shift your world around, as well as shifting your environment, some people gotta move. Sometimes you gotta move. Sometimes you just gotta explore other things and just be around other people to get the real energy you want, as well as the real vibe that you know for a fact is going to help motivate you for the goals that you have been manifesting and praying for. That aligns with helping you reflecting on why it helped you become so more grounded, and within you having a purpose and having less distractions or people in your corner or things pressuring you, or having those comparisons with people, or comparing things of what happened to the past, that'll help you understand, look, this is for me, this is not for me. Because once you know that, you will begin to glow in so many areas. It'll help you just realize that not everything is perfect, but I'm learning as I go, and I'm healing and becoming a better person each and every day in this chapter by me being able to set these boundaries and know what's the benefits for me for reflecting on the year or the months that has helped me understand this is going to grow, this is going to help me flow, and it's going to help me glow. As well as just having those reflections, it helps me understand that I'm grateful. I understand the insights. I see the vision, and it's helping me enter the next chapter in my life that'll help you to enter the next half of the year focused and have the fulfillment that you've been needing and wanting in your life. Whew. Number 3, when should we pause to reflect? I say this. You should pause to reflect if you feel like you getting that feeling or that gut feeling that you know something ain't right. For me, I had to pause and reflect. I paused and reflect, y'all, when February hit. I had got sick. And I had to pause and reflect. Y'all, I just started the semester. This is my last semester. That was my last semester at Morgan as a senior, about to graduate. I'm like, I got to reflect. I'm on a mission. I'm on a run. I'm on a hunt. I'm on a mission. I'm on this path. I'm on a journey to succeed, for success, for something that I've been manifesting, praying for, and been wanting since I stepped foot on these grounds. I can't give up now. Right now, I'm sick. People want some stuff, and I can't give them what I want to give, the words I want to give them. But I'm gonna reflect. I say any time of the year is the perfect time to reflect. But in this case, the midpoint time is the perfect way to reflect. Sometimes you gotta reflect like, look, I don't want to bring this in. But in general, I say as a whole, for me, I had to reflect in February. My first reflection was in February. And then when I graduated, that was considered a mid-reflection towards June. Because now it's like, y'all, I'm bored. But I'm going back to school in August. So I'm enjoy this long break until it's time to lock in for a new chapter, a new path until then. But in general, you can reflect at any time of the year. But in all nationality, the midpoint of the year is the perfect time to reflect. Such as within June and July, often a natural pause between the push of the new year, like I said. So in general, whenever, and the wind down of fall. But really, anytime you feel the need to check in with yourself is valid. Reflect when you feel overwhelmed. Reflect when you feel disconnected. Reflect when you are winning and want to stay rooted. Even 5 minutes of journaling or sitting with your thoughts can remind you how far you have come and where you're going next. Ooh, I'm sorry, y'all. If y'all heard the little scratch, I just scratched my head. Yes, even in our good and bad times, we still have to reflect. Like y'all hear the saying, living in the moment. Well, you know, when things are going good, you want to continue living in that moment, but reflect on that moment too. Have that time to reflect and make sure, okay, things are going good. How can I keep it this way? What I can do to keep it this way? What's new thing is helping me, stay afloat, stay grounded, but also stay motivated and stay the jolliest person I can be right now. As well as when it comes to the not so good times. Like I say, bad times don't last forever. Reflect on what is making you this way and why. Is making this way and who may be making you feel this way and where, the 5 W's, who, when, where, what, who, what, when, where, and why. Sometimes we have to reflect on that within the good and the bad times. We have to just have those moments to pause. Anytime, any place, I don't care who's around. Y'all heard what Janet Jackson said. You got to reflect. When stuff hit the fan or stuff getting real, reflect. You feel like something ain't right, like I said too, I had to reflect because I was like, oh my gosh, I got sick again. I don't know why every time spring semester came, I got sick. I was like, I got sick right when we entered. It's like reflection. I can't go back down that road when it was last year when I got sick. This year, I got to make sure, look, I can't move enough, but I'm gonna force myself. Sometimes don't do it, y'all. Don't do it. Don't be like me. I force myself. I said, look, I gotta force myself because I had to reflect. I had to lift up. Sometimes you gotta think out loud. Sometimes you gotta write it down in a journal, or just say your thoughts out. Sometimes you say your thoughts out loud within sitting. When you're in your thoughts. Sometimes you sit in silence and just have it silently going through in your head or writing it down. Whatever the case may be, do that. But y'all had to get up and really just sit in silence when I was sick and was like, okay. That little voice in my head was like, look, you gonna be good. This is just a sign saying, like, right now, give yourself grace. Because, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I was stressing. I had to graduate with a 16-page paper. A research paper at that, y'all. I was stressing. And we ain't even hit the paper yet. I ain't even hit the daggone pen and paper. Submit the question. Well, I submit the question, but I didn't really get the chance to fully break down. Oh, this one I'm going to talk about. This who I'm going to talk about, y'all. I didn't even get a chance to really do that. I'm the type of person at times I put so much pressure on myself because I think ahead, or both, or I think ahead, or I do two-sided. I think deep into it. And I know some of y'all probably think the same way, like, dang, I didn't know you were the same. Yes, my friend. I'm going to tell y'all, I'm giving y'all raw and uncut. And I have some friends that was like, look, I'm going to make the best out of this hell. I'll make the best out of this hell. I'm not going to let this demon have the last word. I'm not going to have to dance with the devil or whatever. I'm going to get this done. Win or lose, high lows, I'm going to pray on it. Touch some grass or whatever to make sure I'm good, but I'm not going to let it break me. And they had some moments where they had to pause, and we had to pause together and be like, look, we got to get this done. So sometimes, y'all, regardless of what it is in life, if you feel disconnected or when you feel like, you're winning, you're on your high horse, you in that mode, you where you need to be, reflect. Reflect on everything in your life. Take the time, reflect in silence, reflect out loud, reflect on a pen and paper, type it, video, audio, whatever. Reflect on everything in your life, y'all. Regardless if it's during the mid-year, the middle of the year, like the middle of the year, the beginning of the year, the end of the year, 3 months in, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reflect. Reflect every day. Reflect on, look, what was good today, what was not good today. Just reflect when look, I need to sit down and be like, okay, this was all right. This was good. Hope this don't happen tomorrow. I hope this happen tomorrow. Or I gotta get up a little, just reflect. Every second and every chance you get, reflect. But also try to reflect every 3, 6, 9 months out of the year. And just compare and contrast what has worked and what has not worked. Number 4, where does the reflection helps the most? So where does this reflection helps the most? So reflection helps internally first. It brings peace to your mind, alignment to your spirit, and strength to your emotional state. It also impacts how you show up in the world, more confident, more grounded, and more present. Whenever you're in your room with your journal, walking with your thoughts, like speaking out loud stuff, or sharing space with someone who sees your growth, the practice creates meaningful shifts. Your environment starts to match your inner growth, and life feels more intentional. So it can start basically from anywhere. Anywhere it can start at. Just have those moments to reflect. Like going back to what I said, like at work or at school, you have a professor, a teacher, a boss, supervisor, manager, whatever, that's doing the observing, and you never knew that you was in that. Like, I didn't know, they're able to observe what's the growth side of you and the glow. They observe your glow and your growth. And that's one thing too is needed too, because not only sometimes that we think we know so much about us, sometimes we need people to help us. Like, look, do you see a change in me? And if so, help me understand where is it at and why, so I can fix this. Or do you see a good or bad, whatever? Just help me understand. Just help me, just let me know honestly, like, you see a change, and do you see a glow? Do you see any growth aspects in me, and etc. And they can happen anywhere and everywhere. Like, y'all, anywhere, everywhere. Because, just being able to say, just having that reflection to help you internally first is like the key to everything. To just having the peace of mind. We all need a peace of mind. That's where the mental health come in. Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, personal, physically. Find a peace of mind, y'all. If y'all haven't found it now, please find it. I'm telling you, it takes time, but you're going to find it. And I want you to find it before the new year ends, because that's the time too. Holiday time. Sometimes, y'all, if you don't have peace of mind, I don't know what to tell you. Sometimes it's like, I'm a backtrack. Sometimes you won't even know when you have a peace of mind. But taking your time to have that peace of mind and understanding why it is for you, and knowing how you move and stuff is needed. It's grounded. However, for me, y'all, last year I didn't have really much of a peace of mind for holiday time, because I was just so lost, low-key lost, because of school, working, internship, with the podcast. I was like, I gotta find my peace of mind again, or no, start anew, find another peace of mind, because we're not going to say again, because that makes that sound like you're going backwards. And it's a new normal. I had to find my new peace of mind. So sometimes we have peace of mind. Sometimes we got to go backtrack and be like, throw it out and start all over. So I'm going to say this. If you don't have peace of mind right now, start on it soon. Or take your time, because each and every day you learn something new and you say, okay, this is for me and it's not. Okay? As well as being able to have that feeling of what's for your spirit and what's not. Yo, I'm big on spirit, because Christmas spirit, birthday spirit, graduation spirits. You need to have that school spirit. For me, I think my top is like holiday spirit, graduation spirit, and birthdays for others. Me, not so much. I'm not really big on my birthday. Nope. But as I got older, y'all, I'm not really in the spirit. I'm just really happy and grateful that I'm alive to see the next day. But having been able to align, to have that alignment with spirit in your life will also help you have the display, the growth, and have the glow to help you reflect within the year, and also will help you towards the end of the year. And if not, same thing with finding peace. You'll find it eventually, as well as developing the strength to your emotional state. Oh, you have to find that like now, because the emotions impact your mental as well as your physical well-being, as well as wellness. Having that state of mind is very important to have, because, anything can happen. Being able to articulate, being able to know what's for you, what's not for you, knowing the green and the red flags about yourself. That's where the strength comes in and helps you understand, helps you keep intact of your emotions as well as your mental, and what to say and what not to say. Because y'all, I catch myself. Sometimes you got to bite your tongue before you say certain stuff. Sometimes you got to think before you speak as well. But all the time, you have to think before you speak. Okay? Sometimes we mess up. I know I do here. That's why I say, let me rephrase that, or let me backtrack, or excuse me. We're human. We're not perfect. Because if we were, we all be the same. And that's what makes everybody unique. Because we're not the same. We're unique in our own little way. As well as it's important to how you show up in the world. Because mentally people can't see it. Physically they can see it. Your appearance and stuff. So if you're not, y'all, it blows me. Well, it don't blow me. Well, it does. It's so mind-blowing when people be like so jolly and stuff, but deep down they're going through it. And I just be like, you have a real good poker face, because I know once you get yourself mentally together, that'll go 10 times harder within your how you reflect to the world. It's in how you show up in the world. It's going to go 10 times hard, versus sometimes physically it is not so good, but mentally it's on sky high. It's crazy how things go, y'all. But just making sure both of them align together is the best thing ever. And that'll also impact the glow to growth, the growth to glow, reflection on the year, and so on and so on. And being more being more confident within yourself. Once you're able to know, have the boundaries, have the confidence, how you show up in the world, having the spirit, having strength and everything, that makes you so confident. You're a whole nother person in the same body, as well as staying grounded with things you believed in, what you stand for and why you stand for this, as well as being more present. As a person like me, y'all, I don't like being outside like that. But I guarantee you, sometimes you're going to see me outside. Sometimes you got to give yourself grace. You got to glow. You got to crawl before you walk. You got to take the chance and take that risk on life. As well as sometimes you got to put your foot down and be like, look, this ain't for me and I ain't doing it. And so on and so on. And lastly, why is it important? Why is growth to glow, reflecting on the mid-year, so important to do? Well, it's easy to overlook progress. It's so easy for us to overlook our own progress. It's insane. Versus the outside world looking at it. When you're always looking forward. It's so crazy how it's easy for us to overlook progress when we're always looking forward. Sometimes we don't have time to go back. And they're probably like, ooh, I know y'all rappers probably listening. Don't be stealing my lyrics out, give me my credit. Don't be stealing my words out, give me no credit now. But reflection is what keeps us grounded. It keeps us as a whole. It reminds us of our strength, revolve patterns, and renew our sense of purpose. Taking the time isn't just about celebrating success. It's about giving yourself the love and credit you deserve. Growth often comes with struggle, and glow is the reward of the inner work. Reflecting now allows us to enter the second half of the year, not just hustling, but healing, hopeful. Well, let me rephrase that, y'all. Reflecting now allows us to enter the second half of the year, not just hustling, but healing, hopeful, and glowing from inside out. I feel like that's just self-explanatory. The why is always self-explanatory on everything, because it's important for us to, look at our progress. Because sometimes it is hard, because it's easy for us to overlook our process because we're always looking forward. We're on the next thing. We're on the next train. We're on the next, path. We're on the next cloud. Ooh, we're on whatever's next. I'm not looking past. I'm not looking for that. Because, sometimes for us, it's traumatizing. You don't want to go back to that. And then sometimes it's like, okay, on to the next. That was good. What's next? I'm running. This train is like, I'm on a run. Or I'm, whatever the case may be, whatever y'all prefer. But sometimes it is so hard for us to overlook our progress because we're so much on the move. We're so eager and ready for something new. We don't want to go back to that. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's for the bad. It's for the best, for the worst. But sometimes it is true. Well, I don't say most of the time it's true, because we always, when we want to go, we're not really looking for that progress. We're not really looking back. We're looking forward. We're ready for what's in front of us. But sometimes it is good for us to reflect on what we have overcome and what made us or break us, because it will help us within the next couple months and next year to come of what we're going to do and what we're not going to do. Who is coming in our life and who's not in our life. The reasons and seasons, what I'm going to do, what I'm not going to do. But it's also going to remind me that reflection that I have, and just reflection in general, is going to keep us a whole. It's going to keep me whole. It's going to keep me whole as a whole. It's going to remind me and you that, of our strength, the patterns, and the sense of purpose that we have, as well as taking the time for just not only about just celebrating our success, but also giving ourselves the love and credit that we deserve, that we have not been giving ourselves. Celebrate yourself. The big accomplishments, the small accomplishments, the littles, the ups and downs. Celebrate it, because no one knows how hard it has been for you to get to where you are, my friend. Nobody knows how hard it was for you to motivate yourself to be that way. Nobody knows how hard it was for you to even motivate yourself to come this far. And nobody knows how much of a person that you have grown and impacted you to glow, for you to be where you at, for you to celebrate what's in your life. As well as when it comes to the growth, it comes with struggles. That's what impacts when I say bad times don't last forever. But after every storm, there's a rainbow. And them good times are coming. And that's what helps. That's why it's important for us to rely on them bad times, because them struggles helped us grow. And it helped us grow. Like, the growth often comes with struggle. because nothing's going to come easy. That it passes with the glow as the reward for the inner work that we've been putting in, that reflects us to now allow us to enter the second half of the year with, okay, not just being able to, hustle, we healing and hope and grow from ourselves, but also let us know we got this. I got on lock. Now it's time for me to keep it moving. You're going to have some hiccups, but I guarantee you it's all going to work out, and you got this. I'm proud of you. I know you can do it because you already put in the work. The sky's the limit, and the ball is in your court. Now everybody's saying I'm your ball and all that. I hope nobody say that to me. But anyway, and last quote of the day, I want you guys to, I hope this guy stick with y'all. Growth is not always loud. Sometimes it's the silent choices of peace, of choosing peace again and again. So growth is not always loud. Sometimes it's the silence choosing of peace again and again. So cheers, y'all, to your mid-year progress. This episode was all about, checking in, showing up, and glowing forward. I thank you all so very much. I thank you for vibing with me, and your growth journey matters. So let's keep being together, and let's rock this out together, y'all. Like let's just knock this out of the park. Let's just come together, motivate each other, keep each other grounded, but also cheer each other on. Let each other know what's for us and what's not for us. Give feedback that's needed. What you doing right, what you doing wrong, what you need to fix, whatever the case may be. Because you never know who may need it. And you never know how much of an impact you can put on somebody's life, and vice versa. Okay? So as always, y'all, I thank you so very much for listening to today's episode. I hope you guys learned 3 or 5 things from this episode. Because, like I say, every vibe of the day is something special. And when something is special, you hold on dear and tight to it. And you remember so many parts from it. May not be the main important, main ideas, but something that stuck out to you. So I hope you guys had at least 3 to 5 things that stuck out to you. I hope it helped you in some type of way with the, preparing for the mid-year, as well as it might help a friend. So tell a friend, as well as it's just preparing you and helping you understand who you are, as well as you reflecting on, dang, he got a point. But if not, it's okay. It's all right. Sometimes you got to come back and revisit things. That's okay. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please enjoy this amazing weather. Please be safe out here. Be nice to others. Respect. Sometimes maybe earned and given and all that. But, be nice to others. You never know who may need it. Be kind. Serve a purpose. Do for you. And also, please protect your mental health at all costs. And you guys will hear from me next Wednesday. Well, technically, not next Wednesday. You guys will hear from me from the first vibing out with guest episode that we had for this month. I think this will be episode 10 or 11. I don't know, y'all. It's been so jam-packed, y'all. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I gotta double check and see what's the next episode. Is this? Yep, y'all. The 10th guest appearance. But it's the first episode for June to kick off. I'm just say it. To kick off men's mental health, y'all. I have some amazing guys coming through. Some faces you may see. Some faces you never seen before. Whatever the case may be, y'all. I'm just so excited for you guys to hear this and get into it and things like that. But until then, y'all, I cannot wait for you guys to hear from me again this Friday coming up. I hope you enjoy. Peace, love, and hair grease. And I will see y'all Friday. Bye. Well, no. Next Wednesday. I'm right. Next Wednesday. Oh, my gosh. Y'all, I'm sorry. It's been so busy. I'm so excited. I just cannot wait for you guys to see it. But peace, love, and hair grease. I love you all. Please be safe. Thank you so much for everything. I'm so proud of you. Keep going. You got this. And I'll see you later. Bye.